This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to DBL. It's Wednesday, March 31st. I'm Jeff here with my friends Stephanie and Erica. How we feeling? Good hump day?
Feeling good.
Feeling good?
Yeah.
Feeling
Humpty
good?
Hump.
Do the Humpty Hump?
Yeah.
I love it. I tried to learn that song for karaoke after hearing you sing it on karaoke.
That's my jam.
There you
Jeff
go.
kills it.
It's been a long time since we've done karaoke, huh?
Hey, you know, I have the karaoke,
She's the karaoke
club.
queen.
It's Cobb Karaoke in the basement ever since my birthday.
And it's
We
fancy.
got the disco ball.
All right.
We got the lights, the spotlights.
We're
Two
going
mics.
to do that. We're doing that. It's official.
Okay.
It's official. We said it on TV, so it's official.
Okay.
All right, let's get to it, guys. Jen Shaw, a cast member on The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, has been arrested on federal fraud charges.
Woo!
So according to Entertainment Tonight, Jen was arrested while she and the cast were on a bus headed to Colorado for the show. She's facing charges of conspiracy to commit wire fraud and money laundering. She and an assistant allegedly defrauded hundreds of people, many who were seniors. That's very sad. Jen was seen leaving court in Salt Lake City yesterday. If convicted, she could face up to 30 years in prison. Before we get to her, Erica, she isn't the only housewife who has been in trouble with the law. New Jersey housewife Teresa Giudice spent 11 and a half months in prison after being convicted of fraud back in 2014. And Real Housewives of New York, Luann de Lesseps, was arrested in 2017 for assaulting a police officer, disorderly intoxication, and resisting arrest. And this couple from the Real Housewives of DC were arrested after they crashed a party at the White House back in 2009.
Oh my God, that list of
That's a
drama is
list.
never
That is a list there, Erica.
ending.
Y'all, I got this news yesterday afternoon and I was shook to my core, okay? I watched the first season of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and Jen Shaw was bringing all of the crazy. I mean, she even recycled bits from Housewives 10 years ago. Now, let me tell you one thing. Can we get that picture of her from yesterday as she's being arrested? Because I'm going to tell you, the real crime is her appropriating that hairstyle. Why is she wearing box braids? Somebody explain that to me. Somebody explain it. The other thing is, Jen Shaw has been living a life of luxury and couldn't explain why. I mean, to the point where people would constantly ask, what do you do for a living? Where does all this money come from? Because her husband, Sharif Shaw, Coach Shaw, who is the man, he is innocent. I have never seen him wear anything other than university-issued athletic apparel, okay? So he has not flexed anything. The man's innocent. But it turns out that Jen could never say what she did. Kind of like Chandler on Friends, or for the black folks, Tommy on Martin. Nobody ever knew what Jen Shaw did. And now it turns out she was just making a living ripping people off. It is criminal, just like that appropriated hairstyle. And I'm looking forward to seeing the whole thing during season 2 of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, because you know they were filming when it happened.
Ooh. And I appreciate the Tommy from Martin reference and the Chandler, so everybody knows what you're talking about.
Exactly. You know, I want to make sure I cover all my bases.
Wow. So, Erica, in the world of Housewives, so am I right? Luann, or is Luann still on? Is Teresa still on?
Yes, yes.
Does this make you more, like, raise you up in the, like, will she continue on filming Housewives after this?
I don't know. I really don't know, because it's so egregious what she's being charged with. I mean, to rip off elderly people.
Do you think it's true, Erica? Does your gut instinct tell you that it's true?
I'm
what do you
saying
think?
1 + 1 never equal 2. Like, why are you walking in with all of these like major designer brands from head to toe? Like, there were so many things that couldn't be explained. We know what a coach's salary is. It's not taking care of all of that. So she was very dicey about the whole thing, and now she's got to pay the piper.
She said it all.
She
I got
knows.
nothing. I got nothing.
I'm just going to let Erica go on that one, because she knows all the inside information.
All right, well, you take the next one because it's Britney Spears related. You're going to like this stuff. Or maybe not. Britney Spears has broken her silence. That was very good. About a controversial documentary exploring her life in the spotlight. Britney posted a lengthy message on Instagram yesterday along with the video of her dancing. She wrote that she didn't watch the New York Times doc called Framing Britney Spears, but said from what she had seen of it, I got to look down at this. I can't read anymore. I had to look at that. Oh boy, all right. She was embarrassed by the light they put her in and ended up crying for 2 weeks. She felt judged and exposed her whole life because of this, and she needs to dance, as we're seeing right there, to keep her sanity and to feel human and alive. So Page Six is also reporting that Britney's father has filed legal papers requesting the singer pay more than $3 million in legal fees due to their ongoing conservatorship battle. Here we go, Steph. Take that away.
Okay, and I said this a while ago. There's reasons as to why some of the father and the lawyers and the conservatorship lawyers are also keen for this to continue, because Britney is the one paying all the wages, all the bills, not only for herself, but for her father and everyone else. It's never ending. You know, it's actually really atrocious when you look at it. And I've gone through and I've said all their names previously on the show, so if anyone wants to go back and read all the clips and things I've said, I've given all the information that I physically have have on it. But, you know, I do think Britney's been gaslit and treated really badly for the entirety of her career. And I think she is really upset by the things that are being said and how she's been portrayed, because it's heartbreaking. And I call it the reality slap as well. You know, sometimes when you see the full picture and what people are saying, it can be very, very hurtful. I do think Britney has seen some of the documentary, maybe not all of it, but less than 24 hours after it came out, her boyfriend Sam made it very public on his feelings on the documentary, how they'd been treated, and that he had seen it. So it's very sad, but this isn't the last we're going to see of it.
What do you think about her saying, like, because it sounds as though she wasn't a fan of what the little part that she did see of the documentary.
Yeah.
She didn't feel like it was her narrative, and she was very clearly hurt by the idea that this narrative is continuing. So does it mean that even people who are supporting her maybe need to tone down? Or, I mean, because it just seems like all attention at this point is less than positive.
Okay, so Britney released a statement, which was a legal document, which was when she was trying to get out of the conservatorship with her father, that said she was in full support of her fans, the things that they were saying, and she was very happy for that to continue. So previously she went to a lawyer. This is a legal document which has been publicly posted, saying that she is grateful for her fans and the things that they are saying. I think she doesn't like how it's made her seem as in terms of out of control of her own life and some of the mental health issues that she's faced and had to address. It will be interesting to see what happens. I'm not going to say who it is, but there is a very, very big, one of the biggest digital platforms that are going to do an even further in-depth piece with people that are a lot even closer to Britney in the next year. So it'll be interesting to see what they...
You can't say because you know who this is. And
yeah, it's not out yet, and I don't want to get in trouble. But it's going to be big, and I think Britney may have more say in that one.
Well, you know what question I'm asking you as soon as we go to break. Drake, let's get this light story. And Drake was the recent target of an attempted break-in yesterday while he was alone at home. So a woman was arrested after she attempted to break into Drake's Toronto mansion. She even allegedly attacked a security guard with a metal pipe. Now that's a pad. Wow. In the past, the rapper has given tours of his $100 million pad on Instagram, and pictures of the sprawling mansion have been featured in Architectural Digest. It contains 2 saunas, a massage room, screening rooms, sports jerseys, and a full-size basketball court. And Drake isn't alone. Kendall Jenner reportedly had to move out of her Beverly Hills home after a man broke into her property and attempted to swim naked in her pool. TMZ is also reporting that Kendall got a temporary restraining order against a man who threatened to kill her. This is scary stuff, right? I don't know what people like take celebrities and they think they're like these magical creatures, that they're not people. It's scary enough for the Jenners, right? Does it make it different to you if it's a man or a woman?
No,
everyone's crazy.
Yeah, someone trying to gain entry into your home or coming into your home is one of the biggest violations anyone. I mean, your home is your sanctuary.
With a metal pipe.
Yeah, with even worse. I mean, the guy who tried to get into my house had a knife. So that's, you know, I know that people think that it's celebrities and it doesn't matter, right, you know, but it does matter. Like, that's your home, it's your sanctuary.
What do you think about showing, you know, on Instagram, you show off what you have in the house, maybe boasting a bit, but then people knowing exactly where your house is and what's in there?
Well, it's not just even your house. You know, we saw this happen with Kim Kardashian, and then she was robbed so brutally in Paris, and they took her jewelry and her engagement ring, and she thought she was going to die. So, you know, I think people see a glimpse of these lifestyles that are very lavish and luxurious, and they seem to think that they should have a piece of that pie, and it's really awful.
So they think if they break in and swim naked, somehow they'll become friends and then they can come over?
I don't understand their mentality, but yeah, they do.
People do believe, they think like that, yeah, like now they're connected.
Ay, ay, ay. All right, coming up on DBL, we're talking to Oscar-winning actress Mira Sorvino from 90s nostalgia, Romy and Michelle's high school reunion, to her latest project. We're talking all about it. And Real Housewives duke it out. Stephanie dishes the drama unfolding between Kelly Dodd and Lisa Vanderpump. Wow, more housewife drama up next in What Up Wednesday.
Closed captioning provided by...
Not everybody wants the same thing.
Lots of folks are talking online about foregoing COVID-19 tests after getting vaccinated, essentially celebrating the fact that they'll never have to take another test again after getting their shots. But is this sentiment in line with the official guidance? Our question is, are vaccinated people exempt from COVID-19 tests? For more, we went to the CDC and North Carolina's State Health Director, Dr. Elizabeth Tilson. It turns out the answer comes down to symptoms.
For people who are fully vaccinated, which means that you're at least 14 days after your last dose, if you have any symptoms of COVID, you still should get tested. It is just people who are fully vaccinated. If they have a close contact but they don't have any symptoms, then they don't need to get tested.
But the CDC reminds even the vaccinated with no symptoms pass only goes so far. There could be additional testing requirements in certain situations and in certain states and localities. For example, it says if you were to travel internationally and come home, you'd still have to test to re-enter the country, regardless of vaccination status. So here's how we're breaking down this verify. Are vaccinated people exempt from COVID-19 tests? For an exposure with no symptoms, the answer is yes. For an exposure with symptoms, the answer is no. And for re-entry to the U.S. after travel, it's also no. With your Verify, I'm Vanessa Rufus.
Welcome back to DBL. I'm Stephanie Jones here to dish up this week's best celebrity gossip, like Emma Watson, who maybe did, maybe didn't storm off Seth Rogen's set, and Lisa Vanderpump's apology to fellow Real Housewife Kelly Dodd. It's What Up Wednesday. But first, we're heading to Los Angeles to check on Rachel Bilson. In a visit to Dax Shepard's Armchair Expert podcast, she revealed that ahead of the 2019 Oscars, she posted a throwback photo of herself and former high school chum Rami Malek. Well, the photo was supposed to be a tribute to his Oscar nomination for Bohemian Rhapsody, but instead of, "Hey, how are you, old friend?" he messaged her asking her to take it down because, quote, "I'm a really private person." Here's what's up. I respect celebs' desires for privacy, but it's not like it was a particularly embarrassing photo, just evidence that we were all awkward teens once. And next, we're going to New York City, where Harry Potter star Emma Watson splits her time. Well, after a recent interview that Seth Rogen gave, there were rumors that she also split from the set of his 2013 film, This Is the End, rather hastily, which is basically a nice way of saying she stormed off. Now, apparently, the pair sparred over an improvised scene, and she didn't end up being a part of it. But Seth Rogen recently took to Twitter to clear her name. He said his interview misrepresented what actually happened, and he'd love to work with her again. So here's what's up. This is not the end for Seth and Emma, and good on him for clearing things up. All is right with the world, unless, of course, there's a This Is the End sequel. And finally, we're heading off to Beverly Hills. That's where Real Housewife and restaurateur Lisa Vanderpump is serving up cocktails and insults. At least that's what her fellow Bravo celebrity Kelly Dodd has claimed. In her new show, Overserved, Vanderpump quipped that a well-known housewife has once dined and dashed and revealed it to be Kelly Dodd. But now she's eating a fresh slice of humble pie because Kelly quickly and angrily defended herself, even including some choice words about the food in now deleted tweets, saying it was 6 years ago she paid her share, and even include the friendly hashtag revisionist history. So here's what's up. Both Kelly Dodd and Lisa Vanderpump are known for their sharp taste and even sharper tongues. So this housewife drama is just par for the 9-course meal. That's it for this week's What Up Wednesday. DBL will be right back.
We all know that movement is like...
Recently, I live in New York City now. I live in Queens, which has a very large Asian population. There have been reports of, just the ugliest names, the ugliest slurs, they feel like mud coming out of my mouth. But, I have friends who have had rocks thrown at them when they're trying to go for a jog. You hear stories about a 65-year-old woman getting hit in the head. It's reached a fever pitch that is new.
DBL.
I'll just be really 100. We always pull the curtain back on this show.
The most diverse team of voices in daytime.
You know I love you, and I feel that.
We're known for our authentic take.
Well, I'm thrilled about it.
I can't.
You aren't shocked.
Have you guys all gone insane?
And no holds barred approach.
And that's the problem that we're talking about.
Get real.
On what everybody is talking about.
You just gave me chills. Thank you for that. I feel like you just spoke for every single viewer that is watching right now.
Welcome back to DBL. Earlier, we spoke to Oscar-winning actress, activist, and mother of 4, Mira Sorvino. Her newest role is a faith-based film called The Girl Who Believes in Miracles, coming to theaters this Easter. We also talked to her about her other iconic roles in today's Chatting with the Stars.
Hi, Mira. Thank you for joining us. We're so excited to talk to you about your new movie. But first, I'm already receiving comments from our viewers saying that their all-time favorite film is Romy and Michelle's high school reunion. So 2 decades later, this movie is still referenced. Kourtney Kardashian paid homage to your character just last Christmas. Mira, what do you make of the increase in nostalgia for this particular movie of yours?
I don't know. I think the movie stands the test of time because people always relate to being a geek in high school, and they always relate to loving their best friend and being true to yourself, which is really the ultimate motto of the movie, being true to yourself and having fun, in your own zany way. And I think that individuality and love message is sort of resounding and timeless.
Mira, very quickly, first of all, thank you for being here. We need to get serious. We talked about Woody Allen's recent interview on our show. You worked with him in 1995, but have since separated yourself from the filmmaker. Did you catch the part where he said actors who did this to him are only persecuting an innocent man, and how did you take that?
I have no comment on that, but I think that Dylan Farrow and Mia Farrow were incredibly brave. I saw the whole documentary, and I think that speaks for itself. He's a guilty man, and he abused his daughter, and I had no further comment on that.
Thank you, Mira. And we're going to switch gears back to your movie. It's a faith-based film. What made you want to do another faith-based film?
Well, I'm a Christian, and I believe in God and Jesus, and this is a very sweet, lovely movie. And, faith-based movies are their own genre. They're not as artsy, they're not full of violence, they're not full of thrills, but there is a big audience for them. And I think that this particular film, The Girl Who Believes in Miracles, really hits the sweet spot in what people want out of a beautiful Easter movie. It's really about the risen Christ and what is possible if you truly believe in God. And it's, you know, characterized, embodied by this little girl who is, her faith is just so pure and open and simple that she believes there's no limits to what God will be able to do. And he does it through her for a time. And, you know, it's just a very positive message, even though it is a faith-based movie and it starts with the sermon, as a lot of them do. The story is not preachy. It's just loving and beautiful and very heart-wrenching, actually, but with a feel-good ending. So I do encourage families who like faith-based movies to go see this. And Austin Johnson, who plays the little girl who becomes sort of a faith healer in the story, is incredible. And I love Peter Coyote in it. He's wonderful as my dad. My part is very emotionally harrowing, but it's really about a mother's love for her daughter, for me.
Mira, I got a funny story because I did a faith-based film last year during COVID, and it's coming out next year. I'm not comparing myself to an Academy Award-winning actress or anything. But I did it with Mira Sorvino is going to be in the movie that I'm in. And I told my mom I'm doing a movie with Mira Sorvino. And she's like, I love Mira Sorvino. She won an Oscar. And I was like, no. I think it's Mira Sorvino. I think it's
Jeff,
Mira
you
was
also
great.
told your co-host that too.
Yes, and when I got to set, I was like, do not say Mira. Do not say Mira.
Yeah.
Mina.
In fact, Mira, I went home and I was like, oh my gosh, and Mira Sorvino is fantastic. But
yes.
you know, we all love Mira Sorvino as well at my household, and we were all so excited for you, Jeff.
Yeah, so at least we're in the same genre. We're in the same genre, so it might not be my last mistake.
Well, say hi to your mother for me.
Hey,
you already did. That's
Mira,
amazing.
what are you doing? Anything traditional on Easter Sunday? What do you guys do in your household with 4 kids?
I'm not really sure what that looks like this year still. Maybe we'll find like an outdoor service somewhere. The kids come downstairs and find the Easter baskets and they get all excited, and the baskets are larger and larger each year. The bunny is very generous. We've started doing this one golden egg as like the main prize, you know, which has some toy in it. But, you know, it's also the sort of egg count, who gets the most.
Exactly.
Oh, good pun.
I said
Good
exactly. Okay. Mira's like,
pretty normal. We're pretty normal people.
Well, we appreciate you, Mira. We really do. We cannot wait to see your film. We strongly encourage all of our viewers to make sure that they watch it. So another reminder, The Girl Who Believes in Miracles is out this Friday. We'll be right back. Thank you, Mira. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
For a lot of people still waiting for stimulus checks, they should soon be in the mail. But that is not true for everyone. Let's connect the dots. People who receive Social Security and other federal benefits but don't normally file a tax return should start having their stimulus payments processed this weekend. The IRS says the majority of those payments will be sent electronically and should be received by April 7th. This is welcome news because many people on Social Security have so far not received their individual $1,400 payments. So why were the checks held up? The short answer is red tape. The long answer is the Social Security Act does not allow the agency to use money for administrative work not connected to their main mission. That means they couldn't get the IRS the information it needed to send out checks, but thanks to some legal wrangling, that has now been worked out. One group left out of this good news, VA beneficiaries. The IRS says it is continuing to review data it has on people who receive veterans benefits but don't file tax returns. But it does expect to come up with a payment date soon, hopefully around mid-April.
Welcome back to DBL. It's time for a security alert sponsored by LifeLock. So there's a big increase in gift card scams happening right now. So the Better Business Bureau is reporting that gift card scams have nearly tripled over the past 3 years. The scammers are targeting consumers over 65 years old and asking them to make a payment via a gift card. Then they take your money and sometimes even your personal information. Gift cards don't carry the same protection as credit or debit cards, so once they take your money, it's hard to get it back. If your information has been breached, LifeLock is here to help. LifeLock keeps you and your digital identity secure from cyber criminals. Call 1-800-439-9017 or visit lifelock.com to learn more.
This sounds like a Shawspiracy.
It does.
Yes.
From the Housewives.
Yes, it definitely does. I bet you Jen's been getting all these cards, these gift cards.
What if Jen's involved in something like this, targeting the elderly?
That's awful.
That is awful. That is awful. I don't.
Gosh. Have you seen the Conservatorship on Netflix?
No.
What's it called now? It's like I really care or I deeply care or something. It's all about I care a lot. That's the one. It's won so many awards. It's amazing. Check it out. But it reminds you of the Britney Spears conservatorship. It reminds you of elderly people getting taken scammed off.
We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Watch it.